to the Songs for Change podcast, today live with Niksn, and our topic today is equality. Hi, Niksn.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to talk to you. And it's already 1.5 years ago since we made a workshop together, Songs for Rights workshop in Berlin. And I'm looking forward to our discussion about equality, performance art, rap, hopefully also about rap workshops and Songs for Rights.
Yeah, thank you. It's a pleasure to have you. So nice to see you again. So, the EU value of equality. Let me start off with citing what the EU says themselves about equality. They say equality is about equal rights for all citizens before the law. The principle of equality between women and men underpins all European policies and is the basic for European integration. It applies in all areas. The principle of equal pay for equal work became part of the Treaty of Rome in 1957. And although inequality still exists, the EU has made significant progress. Okay, so we hear that equality refers to the fair treatment and equal opportunity for all individuals. But what that means on a practical level, in the context especially of music making, we will explore in this interview with today's guest, Niksn. So Niksn, let me introduce you real quick. Niksn is a rapper from Berlin, Germany, who is engaged in not only rap, but also in raising awareness with kids and young people about social inequalities. He's also a rap coach in the Songs for Change project, and that's where we met 1.5 years ago. Exactly. So thanks for joining us today. Nice to have you on board. Let's maybe start with talking about inequality, so the value that we talk about today. What is inequality for you?
What is equality? Equality for me is the status of the goal of being equal, especially when it comes to rights, what the European Union says, right, and also legal positions and opportunities. Equality means that each individual or group gets the same opportunities, regardless of the circumstances. With other words, we are talking about the right of equal treatment. Factors like gender, race, social status should play not a factor in the treatment of individuals or groups. And here we see often a misunderstanding in debates. When I try to raise awareness about inequalities, equality means we are giving each individual the same resources, regardless of the different needs or resources they already have. When I'm talking about overcoming inequalities, I want to achieve a mindset of equity that recognizes that each person has different needs based on different opportunities and resources. For me, equality does not mean that I claim to treat everyone in every case the same, because we also should value diversity. It is about the goal to treat individuals or groups in a way that the outcome is the same, that there's no disadvantage or preference in the results, because the starting conditions are different. That is often the big misunderstanding here. Maybe last point, there are actors who say that everyone is equal before the law. Okay, but do all actors have the same starting conditions to make the best possible use of the law for their personal benefits? I would say no. And that's where we have to create awareness.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Right?
Yeah, you touched on also the difference between equity and equality, which I think is a good point, because we hear a lot of confusion here. And everybody's individual and is different, so it needs to be taken into account.
And we should not only raise awareness. We need actively incentives, social benefits, also laws that support individuals or groups to achieve the similar outcome. So we have to remove obstacles for people with disadvantages, and we have to support everyone to get the same access to resources and decision making.
Yeah. So maybe now is a good time to talk a bit about your work. So how do you do that? How can music also play a part in removing those obstacles and to achieve more equality?
Yeah, maybe briefly about my music before I do that transition.
Please, yeah.
So for me as a rapper, Niksn, my music is not about branded clothes, cars, or jewelry. Like my texts are not simple. Yeah, they reflect the diversity of our lives. That's why the lines that I try to do are emotional, critical, thoughtful. When I was 17, I already made a song about gentrification before everyone knew what the term meant.
Yeah, when I was 17, I'm sure I didn't know what that means.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you know, it is about the critical reflection of realities. That's what I try to do together with my producers, Wizard Berlin. Like they are a DJ duo I'm working very closely with. And their beats, they have electronic influences, synthesizers, and they're feeling a piano, floats, they're feeling like a bit dreamy, creating spheres, darkness, but also hopefulness. So this ambivalence I try to do with my music, so to create a journey as analog as possible in the production. Yeah, and now about rap, what I want to do. So I think rap should have the ambition to cause unrest. Performance art and rap lyrics can arise for many reasons and manifest themselves in many results. They can be driven by visions for a better state of reality, by anger, by outrage about exclusion. Exclusion, we are here talking about inequality again. So to take up protest from society, to package it in personal stories, in stories about third parties, or to openly criticize inequalities, including people who are responsible for them. And this artistic claim should be packaged in an art form. So I'm trying to work on exciting rhyme structures. But everyone can do differently in rap. You can talk from a personal perspective. You can talk about the storytelling of a third actor. You can do it openly, criticize someone else. Everything is possible. And you also don't need only to criticize. You can also package it in a positive vision. That's what I want to say.
Yeah. And you said rap should cause unrest. I like that. That's the first thing you said. So in the sense that, criticize and to question and to challenge the status quo, so to say. That's what I understand, right? Yeah. Cool. So let's maybe go a bit in the practice. So what is an example of how that happens in a workshop? So you work, as I mentioned, with young people from different backgrounds, also affected maybe by inequalities. So that can already be a topic. So how does it work in the workshops, and how does it become a topic also in a workshop?
I would say it's always a challenge to convince kids not just to imitate their gangster rap idols or cuddly love pop stars, but to come to but to come to a situation where the person talks about their own situation. So due to the composition of the workshops, in which young people from often disadvantaged backgrounds take part, sooner or later we are talking about personal experiences that have to do with inequality. And we can talk about that more. Like in my rap workshops with children and young people, when we start writing lyrics together, there's often a moment when the kids, after the initial euphoria about rapping, yes, I want to rap and I show you and it will be great. Then there's a blank paper because they have never written lyrics before that rhyme. So after this initial euphoria has faded and they can't think of anything to write about their own lyrics, I always ask them, okay, what makes you personally angry? What upsets you in your life? What outrages you? often the group starts with general things that they can agree on. Too few playgrounds. We want to be rich. We are bullied at school. And then I asked, okay, what makes you angry about that fact, that situation, the situation? How could you change it? Yeah. And if I manage to get the children and young people in the workshop to go from a state where something is bad in life and I just accept it, to a state where the person realizes and says, okay, I have a voice. All right. I use it in my lyrics to make a statement, to say what I don't like, how things could be better, who might need help to achieve this change. Then the song's lyrics gain power and authenticity.
Yeah. And do you find it difficult sometimes for the participants, or maybe they find it difficult to go into these personal stories? Did you find sometimes some challenges here, or how does that usually happen?
And this is the biggest challenge. That is the biggest challenge of rap workshops. Once they are convinced of, when they open up and they're seeing, okay, I have a say. I got some lyrics down and I can say, okay, I am who I am. This is my situation. This is how I envision to solve it, or this is what outrages me, and this is the reason why it could be better, or that's the problem. Or also the identification of the problem is also enough in a song. You don't always need the problem and the solution, but if you have the problem and if you're describing it in a way that is personal, they get enthusiastic about it. They have a voice, they have a say. We are then practicing the rhyming. They are practicing it with the microphone. They're practicing their skills, and often we are doing in a workshop 1 week, 5 days. And the first 2 days we're trying to raise awareness about rights, children rights mostly. And then we are thinking about one personal topic or group topic, and then we are writing lyrics. We are practicing them. On the 4th day already, on the 3rd day, mostly the rap song is done. Let's say it's like 4 or 5 people, kids together. One is doing the refrain, and then we have like 8. We have lyrics there. Individual lyrics, we try to combine them in one song together, and on the fourth day we are going already into the studio, and they're practicing, and then they hear, and then it's also very funny to see, this is how my voice sounds like in the recording studio. It is you always talk, but you never hear how your voice
how your voice sounds, and in the recording, right? It's always different. Also live, it's different, and different kind of recordings, And then they hear it for the first time, probably. Also hear them rap.
And of course, everyone is a bit shy at the beginning, but then they also open up, and they are like excited about it, and they're so proud of it, because in the end of the workshop, they have a product. They have a product that is their product, with their voice, with their message, and that's the best you can do, because this gives them so much support in the future, because they say, there was a blank paper, now I have a song, my song. So whether the means of expression in the songs are anger, outcry, or positive vision is less important. And the thought process of naming injustice and inequalities and making it personal and affirming, this is the biggest step and achievement, I would say, that most people can take through a web workshop.
Yeah, and I think it can't be underappreciated how much this actually means. That's maybe sometimes not visible from the outside, how it felt for this person. And while we hear the church bells here in the background, hopefully not too loud. Thanks for sharing this. I think, I got reminded of the workshop that we did together. And sometimes these terms like inequality or freedom or any other rights, they seem kind of abstract sometimes. But do you find it sometimes difficult to bridge the gap, so to say, between these abstract terms and then the to get to the lyrics and to get the lines down on the piece of paper? Do you think it's necessary to use these terms in the lyrics, or maybe because I sometimes think about this with the giving workshops about human rights and child rights, because even rights, the term is already so it's so abstract for young people to understand. I don't know how you go about this.
Yeah, it is very abstract, and kids are good. They know what we would like them to learn.
Yeah, that's what they learn in school, right? You go to school
the
and
school system.
yeah.
So it's copy paste. It's copy paste, and they say, okay, we are practicing on the first 2 days what are children rights, and of course we're trying it in a playful way, and we are breaking it up, and we're doing tasks. In the end, I'm not sure how much they will remember after 2 years of it, but when we are breaking it down to a personal level, then I think they understand the terms better. And so we are trying at the beginning. I try when we are searching for lyrics or topics. We are also doing this, for example, in a democratic way. Trying to figure out what is the main topic of the song. We are saying, okay, this could be it. Like, we have a lot of ideas. Different kids have a lot of ideas, and then we have a democratic election and voting. Okay, 5 are voting for topic A, bullying. 4 are talking about that their parents are drinking too much alcohol. Happened, and so like there are a lot of social issues that are connected with maybe inequality, but also maybe other problems that we have. Freedom of speech, maybe a different one. So I try always to make it personal, because then we are bridging it from these terms that are maybe too abstract, bringing them down to a personal level, and then trying at the end of the workshop to bring the personal connection back to the bigger terms. I think that makes it productive and effective.
Yeah, sounds great. Thanks for sharing this. I can see we are slowly coming towards the end of the interview. So maybe you have some interesting moments to share or something. Something you wanted to mention.
I want to give a shout out to Songs for Rights and the whole team for the great work that you're doing, and also for the rap girls I worked this summer with, Berlin female kids. They were together. This year was the first time I did only a workshop with girls, and we are and the song is called We Are We. So it is about having a voice again, but it's a great song, and I hope last weekend it had a premiere on the Children Movie Festival in Berlin, and in the next couple of days it will be online on YouTube. So it would be great if we can link it in the subscription.
It will be down there.
Great. I'm very proud of the song, and I think it gives a great impression of what we have talked about.
Cool. Okay. Any final remarks? Any final comments you have, maybe?
I think that this approach of linking awareness to social injustice with music is a great way, and you're also linking it maybe with creating music videos is even better, because some kids can focus on writing a screenplay of the music, making filming, so everyone has different strength. In the end, this is one team product, and it's always a challenge to do it in 5 days. Like a little bit more time would be great, but we managed it. But in social work, you always work a bit more than you get paid for. It's like it's a personal way of commitment. So I hope that there will be enough support from the state and the European Union in the future to support these kind of projects.
Yeah, we can't always rely on our initiative and our engagement, and it's true we often do more than than we are paid for, but we do it for the cause and we do it for the purpose, and that's why we love doing it. It's been a pleasure talking to you, Niksn, today, and also to work with you in the past and hopefully again in the future. I really appreciate your work. I really appreciate your music. Conscious rap is really, really important. I think we have a lot of enough superficial lyrics in rap music, in any other music too. So I'm really looking forward to also more music from you and also more projects together. Next year. Stay tuned.
Yes.
Yeah, stay tuned out there. And you will find all the links in the show notes. And yeah, check out the Song for Change YouTube platform and also our website. Thanks again, Niksn, and talk soon.